Christmas Day. A tiny, tinny holiday tune plays from a nearby radio as we work in the snow. Fresh white, powdery ice crunches loudly underfoot, and our knitted mittens work to pile and compact heaps of the fresh white powder. Not only compacted, though, but sculpted. Vinny has a bright future ahead of him as he works studiously on his Christmas monuments. The loud chatter of teeth drawing near must be Damien. He must be done collecting the sticks we need. Taking a step back, I look over the 5 different piles of snow we've gathered from the yard.
Brr, Vinny got the arms here. Sweet, I need some twigs so I can make our mouths just right too.
The younger boy finally stands and marches through the now muddy grass of the yard.
Bro, Inky, you two start on the bodies. I'll make the heads.
Damien salutes at his brother's orders, and we all start on finishing Vinny's project before it gets too cold. While I'm fine with my new mittens and scarf, the brothers are nearly freezing themselves for Vinny's art, which at least motivates them to complete the 5 figures in the time it'd take me to finish a single snowman. Originally, Vinny was begging me to make a snowman in his stead, but he got ahead of himself and ended up giving himself an artistic vision of a whole family of snow people modeled after the family. And I would have had to do it all myself, but Randy decided he had had enough of all yard-related tasks being delegated to me this season. At least we have the promise of lunch. Olivia's hard at work in the kitchen. Now, I've made a few snowmen in my day, but never snow dinos. Tails are easy enough. What's not easy is the beaks. As powerful as Christmas magic is, it's no match for basic physics. Damien tries making a very tall one to resemble Liz. It ends up crumpling under its own weight and falling over right in his face. After so long, I actually do manage to get the snoots right. It's just a matter of how you pack it together. And before long, there's a nice little group of snow dinos for each of the panes. Olivia's is special. It's sprawled out flat, like how she always lays in her bed. I see Olivia judging from the window. It's a playful glare that knows I'm right, but demands satisfaction for the hazing.
Hold on, it's not quite finished yet.
Vinny quickly begins forming another frosty figure next to Snowlivia. Soon enough, it begins taking a humanoid shape, though lacking any significant details.
Inky, can I borrow your shades?
Oh, sure thing. Handing him my shades, the little dino presses the hinges straight into its head.
There, now it's everyone.
Aw. I'll let Insicle keep those for now. Always have an extra backup pair. I think it's about time to head back inside. I fear Damien's frills might break off if we stay out here any longer. I wave to the brothers toward the door, and they run ahead in search of warmth. For a moment, I consider adding some finer dinosaur-related detailing, but I don't want to keep Olivia waiting. I make my way inside, making sure to stamp the snow off my boots beforehand. By the time I see them, Damien and Vinny have already changed into dry clothes. The jackets they had worn, designer-made and thoroughly insulated for the cold, hung heavily on the coat rack nearby. I knew they'd be good gifts, especially for Vinny. I'll remind them how to clean the jackets later. The brothers sit on the couch, wrapped in down blankets and sipping hot chocolate way too quickly. I was 30 seconds. How did you get changed that fast?
We're just trying to freeze to death as little as possible.
It wasn't that bad,
says the Argothoid.
That's not a slur, is it? In either case, I'd rather not get the couch all wet, so I'll just have to stand for now. At the very least, Damien gestures to the thermos of hot chocolate and spare mug on the coffee table. After yanking off my new handmade mittens, I pour myself a cup and savor the heat as my fingers regain feeling. Soon enough, the familiar sound of rubber on hardwood signals Olivia's arrival. The first thing she notices is the 2 Payne brothers clumped together on the couch.
You two look like you're having fun. Yeah, did you see the snow guys we built? We made one that kind of looks like you. I saw. I'm flattered. And I just finished lunch. You hungry?
I could smell it ever since I entered. The smell of well-seared meat and veggies. Ever since she came over to visit that one time, I've been dying to try her cooking again. Absolutely.
I think I'll stay here for now. Damien, I'm offering you food. No, sir, not getting out of this chair.
Vinny takes the cue from his elder and follows his example, crossing his arms and smugly holding his chin up in defiance.
You guys suck.
Olivia motions me toward the kitchen, and I take one last sip of the cocoa before joining her. She ladles me a bowl, explaining all the intricacies of the special way she learned to make this from Sophia. Though she never would tell me the secret pain seasoning that she used to further enhance the taste of all her cooking. I carefully set the bowls on a large tray and hand the tray to Olivia, who sets it carefully across her armrests. Our meal set, Olivia's holler for food shakes the house to its foundation. Sophie and Randy meet us as I wheel Olivia into the living room, and they're looking well rested from their afternoon nap.
Oh, thank you, Olivia. It looks fantastic.
Olivia smiles and sets the tray down on the coffee table so she can start passing the bowls out one by one. With a flick of his tail, Vinny turns on the television, already set to a sports channel and playing a hockey match. Randy takes a noisy slurp of the broth, licking his chops after. Tastes fantastic too.
So enjoy the stew so we can have a real Christmas treats.
Real Christmas treats? When Olivia sees my confused look, she simply smiles and shakes her head. The rest of the Paynes look excited, though, and start voraciously slurping down their stew. Following their example, I abandon my spoon and take up my bowl and bring it to my lips. Just the right mixture of salty and spicy. The veggies and meat and creamy broth going down so smoothly. As much as I want to savor my first sip, the others have already drank up most of their meal. So I too greedily slurp down my meal, until I can set my empty bowl back down on the serving tray in satisfaction. Oh man, that really hit the spot, Olivia. Looking around, Olivia isn't in the room anymore. Olivia?
Give her a moment, Inko. She's just fetching some things.
I can only guess the treats based on how Vinny is vibrating the entire couch with his excitement. Literally vibrating.
Alright, wouldn't be Christmas without these.
These looking to be a tray filled with some kind of oddly shaped chocolates. Olivia wheels herself right next to me, so I take the tray from her armrest. She smiles and gracefully tosses herself beside me onto the couch. Looking down at the tray again, the treats look like bundles of sticks held together by their sugary coating.
They're called haystacks, Inko. Try one, you'll love it.
I pop one of the smaller bundles into my mouth, chewing on the sweet and salty homemade candy. Marshmallow, butterscotch, and chow mein noodles? I hold up one of the uncovered sticks to inspect it.
It's an older tradition, so I'm not surprised you don't know it, Inko.
I take a couple more and pass the tray to Damien. They are quite delicious. Olivia plucks one of the pieces from my hand and pops it into her mouth, crunching the candy to oblivion. Just like the stew, the tray of haystacks is devoured rapidly, too. Randy sinks further into his recliner, drawing his wife onto his lap with a surprised yelp from her. She shakes her head and settles beside him, looking over everyone else with a content smile. This is what the holidays are all about.
Candy?
Family, son.
About being with the ones we love most, Vincent.
The young boy considers her words, and comes to his own conclusion.
Well, I love candy, so we should have more.
He looks to Olivia, who snorts at his logic.
I'll make more later, okay? Sweet.
Knowing now that there'll be more Christmas candy, the young dino's eyes focus on the hockey game playing. On screen, the hockey puck is finally hit into the net. The shot is replayed a couple times from different angles, all the while the professional commentators talk about their college teams. While they mainly focus on the players' game efforts, the commentators also highlight the players' plans and degrees, which reminds me of what's to come soon. Going back to school next week.
Don't remind me.
But it's the last semester before graduation. Then we're free to do whatever. College, jobs,
Vinny will finally have a room to himself.
Oh, that's true. Once you guys go, it'll just be Vinny here to keep us company. All my kids are grown up.
Don't worry, Ma. Way ahead of you. I'll fail all my classes just for you.
Not if you know what's good for you.
Be strange seeing this place quiet for once. It's been pretty lively this year. I'll have to enjoy it while it lasts.
It's a whole 6 months before we even graduate, guys. Yeah, plus I still don't have any real plans yet.
School's probably going to be bothering us a whole lot about applying to colleges starting now. Wait, you have no plans at all? Olivia shrugs.
Know what I want to do, obviously. But compared to Liz, she has the next decade of her life planned out. Maybe more. Liz just goes above and beyond.
As for me, I don't really know either. Maybe college, but I'm open to other options. Guess it's a good thing we got half a year still then.
Yeah.
Damien stands up with a sly grin, marching back to the tiny Christmas tree in the corner. All the gifts had been unwrapped, but some of the presents were still beneath it, awaiting the Paynes to make room in their house for them. He scoops up something and comes back to the couch. Ah, I see it's that new retro console. I still can't wrap my head around the concept. Wouldn't you want a console from the latest generation?
Yo, leave the future to the future. We still gotta try all the presents. First game tips!
I can't stop my smile spreading, even though I know Damien's only trying to change the subject. Someone nips my shoulder. Hey, sup?
We're forgetting someone. I want to give Guts his Christmas breakfast.
Olivia pushes herself to the edge of the couch seat, but before she can set her knees down to the floor, she pauses and turns her eyes my way.
Inko, could you help me?
Yeah. Do you want your chair? She shakes her head no and then holds her arms out. I can feel my face heat up as I comprehend what she really wants. Don't you normally walk on your knees around the house?
Just do it.
The rest of the family look amused as I slide one arm beneath her legs and the other around her back. Olivia further secures herself by wrapping her arm over my shoulder. Lifting her up is slowly becoming muscle memory, though my gait to her room still feels awkward and wobbly. Olivia doesn't mind it though, as she smiles contentedly the entire time and even after I nearly drop her onto the bed. Once her tiny minion is properly fed his righteous Christmas feast, Olivia and I sit together on her bed and just hold each other. The hollering of the rest of her family is thankfully muted by our walls, and we finally have the quiet time I know she was looking for. My hands caress her back, drawing out her sweet bellowing purrs, and she leans more and more against me. And with my face in her hair, I recall still having something in my pocket for her. She pouts and nips my arm as I draw away from her. Let go of me, I got something for you. She grunts and releases her hostage. I pull the small box from my pocket, still neatly wrapped in shiny violet paper and topped with an emerald bow. She sits up and accepts the present, tilting an eyebrow.
By the way, you could have given me this when we were opening all the presents.
This one's special. Go on, open it. Olivia carefully tears the wrapping off the box and lifts the cover. Inside is a neatly folded sheet of cloth. When Olivia pinches it to bring it out, it unfolds into its true shape. It's a stylized tail brace, meant for support and warmth. It only required commissioning Liz for the pattern, and Sophia just needed the material to put it together. I motion for her tail, which she delicately sets in my hand. I noticed after our dance, it really took a toll on you. For a few days, your tail was so scratched up and sore you didn't want to use it for anything at all. Even now, I can feel the muscles beneath her scales are still hot and tender. With all the care necessary, I slide the fashionable accessory over her tail. The elastic bands within are already working, distributing a comforting pressure across her entire tail and causing Olivia to coo happily as she relaxes further on her bed. So, it won't be so rough on you next time. It takes a moment for Olivia to process my words. Her expression of contentment slowly changes to one of surprise and then a gentle smile.
Next time? That'd be nice.
The twitch of her cheek doesn't escape my sight. Olivia, you okay?
Yeah, just...
She chews her lip for a moment to think. Is it something bad?
Oh, no, it's... silly. I guess I just felt, I don't know, guilty for a second.
Her fingers wring her blanket. Guilty? What for?
It's... At some point while I was making the fountain painting, I was resting when I remembered something. When I was a lot younger, I would occasionally go to these physical therapy appointments. There were some other kids like me, actually, maybe 3 or 4 years old. One of them was able to waddle a bit with his tail. Almost everyone was excited he could manage that. But the other kid's tail was too short. He was stuck on all fours still. I could only dance because I was just able enough to use an appendage just long and strong enough to allow it. I guess I feel like I'm mocking them. I'm the luckiest unlucky person. Get the occasional glimpse at normalcy. I may as well not even be called disabled. I'm such an outlier.
I thought you didn't ever want to be.
I know.
Her face falls and her entire maw trembles. I don't have any answers for her. How could I? She's not some strange exception case because of a bunch of crazy variables, and that's not why I love her. She's Olivia, and I love her because she's Olivia. My hands set her tail down on her lap so that they can cup one of her cheeks and tilt her head upward. Looking into those beautiful silver irises, my whispered words carry my honest feelings for her to clearly hear. Hey, I got you this because I love you. No other reason. If you don't want to use it in any particular way, nobody's making you, alright? The concern in her eyes still exists, but as her lips rise and her eyelids soften, I can see the sorrow subsumed by comforting love.
Okay,
She leans into my palm and sighs softly.
that's a good enough reason for now.
Olivia starts running her hand across her tail's garment.
It's pretty.
Thanks. It's tailor-made just for you.
I like it a lot. Thanks. For the gift, and caring, and being there for me, and...
Olivia's comments devolve into mumbling, affectionate words about me as she pushes herself onto my chest, wrapping her arms tightly around my body and her tail around my leg.
I love you, Inko.
I love you too, Olivia. I draw her even closer with my own arms, burying my face into her hair as I cradle the girl against me. Eventually, we'll show off Olivia's newest gift. But for now, she just wants to be held, and I want to hold her. Come January, the new semester starts. The final semester, and the break and New Year provides a nice start to the end. Even Ben seemed to be bouncing back. Contrary to his fears, it was business as usual once the break ended. Sure, there was the occasional rumor or whisper, but they were vastly overshadowed. Classes pass, and the weather finally starts getting warmer again. It really felt like a victory lap compared to how turbulent the first half of the year. Olivia in particular decided she'd lived here for too long without exploring much, so she got a new fire in her eye to see the city inside and out. We got to see it all. Art galleries, grand, luxurious malls, underground tunnel systems, the local state parks, just seeing everything the city had to offer. We even went back to visit the arcade a few times. And that brings us here. From a public school standpoint, I consider it our final destination. Not the last class or the graduation itself, or even the after party Olivia and I skipped to cuddle together at my place. I had something better in mind, something I'd always wanted to do since my folks moved here. And finally, I was able to make a plan and put it into action.